Minecraft has over 70 unique mobs. Most of us know how to survive a night in the plains, but as you go deeper into the game's history, its code, and its darkest myths, the creatures inhabiting this world stop making sense. Today, we are descending through the 7 levels of the Minecraft mob iceberg. We are starting with the faces you see on every t-shirt, and ending with an entity that the developers claim doesn't exist, but thousands of players swear they have seen. If you think you know everything about this game, wait until we hit level 7. Let us begin. Level 1 is the surface. These are the mobs that define Minecraft, but even here, there is a secret hidden in the code. Take the Creeper. It is the most famous face in gaming, but it was actually a total failure. In 2009, Notch was trying to code a simple pig. He accidentally swapped the height and length variables in the code. Instead of a flat pig, he got a tall, leggy monstrosity. Instead of deleting it, he gave it a green texture, made it explode, and changed gaming history forever. This mistake taught us that in Minecraft, the most dangerous things are often the ones that were never supposed to happen. Then we have the zombie and the skeleton. These are what we call instructional mobs. They exist to teach you the basic mechanics of combat. The zombie teaches you about knockback and timing, while the skeleton teaches you how to strafe and use cover. Even the spider serves a purpose, teaching players to look up and realize that the world is three-dimensional and that danger can come from any angle. At level 1, the world is predictable. You know the rules, and you know how to win. But as we move to level 2, those rules start to bend. At level 2, we find mobs that interact with the world in ways that feel uncanny. The Enderman is the perfect example. Most players think they just teleport and steal your blocks, but did you know they are actually speaking to you? If you take the distorted, static-filled screams an Enderman makes and play them in reverse or slow them down, you will find they are speaking English. They are actually saying phrases like, hi, hello, and what's up in a deep, gravelly voice. This has led many to believe that Endermen are not just monsters, but a fallen civilization of ancient builders who got trapped in the end and evolved to survive. Then there is the Iron Golem. Unlike almost every other creature in the game, the golem appears to have a soul. If you see a golem offering a poppy flower to a baby villager, it is not just a random animation. It is a direct tribute to the ancient robots in the classic Studio Ghibli film, Castle in the Sky. Level 2 shows us that Minecraft is not just a sandbox. It is a world with a hidden story tucked away in the animations and audio files. Now we are getting into the math. Level 3 is for the Lotto mobs. These are creatures so incredibly rare that you could play the game for 10 years and never see one naturally. First, there is the pink sheep. Finding one of these in a fresh biome is a 0.16% chance. It has become the classic test of a player's luck. But it gets much deeper than that. Have you ever seen a brown mushroom? They do not spawn naturally in the world. The only way to find one is if a standard red mushroom is struck by a literal bolt of lightning during a thunderstorm. Even rarer is the screaming goat, which has only a 2% chance of spawning when a goat is born, and looks identical to a normal goat until it opens its mouth. But the absolute king of level 3 rarity is the baby zombie chicken jockey wearing a full suit of enchanted diamond armor, holding an enchanted iron sword. The mathematical odds of this specific combination spawning are roughly 1 in a quintillion. If you have ever seen this in your survival world without using mods or creative mode, level 4 you have witnessed takes a mathematical miracle of Minecraft that defies logic. These are the mobs that exist in your game files right now, but they are forbidden from spawning naturally. The most famous is the Giant. This is a 12-block tall zombie that has been hidden in the code since 2010. It has no artificial intelligence, meaning if you summon it, it just stands there, towering over the trees and staring into the distance, completely frozen in time. Then there is the Illusioner. This is a highly skilled member of the Illager family that has the power to blind the player and create 4 spinning, translucent clones of itself. It is fully functional, it is dangerous, and it is perfectly balanced for gameplay. Yet for some reason, the developers have kept it locked away in the code for years, refusing to let it enter the main game. We also have the Killer Bunny. Originally a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, this rabbit was so aggressive that Mojang removed its ability to spawn because it was killing too many new players. These mobs are digital ghosts, finished products that the creators decided we were not allowed to play with. Level 5 takes us back to the alpha days. This was a time when Minecraft almost became a completely different game with a totally different art style. Before the current Steve model was finalized, a developer named Doc joined the team and added several human-like mobs. These were Rana, a girl in a large frog hat, Beast Boy, and Black Steve. They did not look like Minecraft. They looked like traditional cartoon characters, and they felt completely out of place in a blocky world. When Doc left the team, Notch scrubbed them from existence. They were deleted so thoroughly that most modern players have no idea they ever existed. We also have the peaceful Pigman. Long before villagers existed, the Pigman was intended to be the main inhabitant of towns. You can still see their legacy in the zombie pigmen, but the original peaceful version is lost to time. These represent a lost media version of Minecraft, a window into a reality where the game was less about blocky survival and more about weird, hand-drawn characters. Seeing them in old screenshots today feels like looking at a distorted memory of a dream. We have reached level 6. This is the peak of technical mob design. We are talking about the Warden. The Warden is not just a boss, it is a force of nature. It was the first mob designed specifically to be unbeatable for the average player. It does not have eyes. Instead, it uses advanced vibration sensing technology to track your movements and even your heartbeat. The Warden represents a massive shift in the philosophy of the game. For years, players felt like they had conquered the world and were the ultimate predators. The Warden was the game finally telling the player that you are not the king of this world anymore. It is the only mob that can kill a player in full netherite armor in just 2 hits. It forces you to stay silent, to sneak, and to respect the darkness. When the Warden was released, it brought a sense of genuine horror back to the experience that had not been felt in over a decade. It is a creature of pure technical power that forces you to crawl in the dark just to stay alive. But even the Warden follows the rules of the code. The entity at level 7 does not. Finally, we have reached the bottom, level 7. This mob is unique because it exists entirely outside of the game's code. It has never been found in a data mine. No developer has ever admitted to its existence, and yet, it is the most influential mob in the history of the game. We are talking about Herobrine. The legend began in 2010 with a single creepy image of a player with solid white eyes standing in the distance through the fog. What started as a simple creepypasta turned into a global cultural phenomenon that nearly broke the internet. For years, players around the world reported finding strange structures in their worlds that they did not build. 2x2 tunnels in the mountains, sand pyramids in the middle of the ocean, and entire forests where every tree had its leaves stripped away. These were all signs of a stalker in their single-player worlds. The developers eventually leaned into the fear, adding the phrase "removed Herobrine" to nearly every single update log for years. While Herobrine is not a mob made of lines of code, he is what we call a social mob. He exists in our collective memory, in our fear of the dark corners of our maps, and in the uncanny valley of a world that is supposed to be empty, but feels occupied. He represents the fear of the unknown, the idea that even when you are alone in your world, you might not be the only one there. He is the only mob that can haunt you even after you turn the computer off. And that is why he sits at the bottom of the abyss. Which level did you stop at? Have you ever seen a level 3 rarity? Or are you one of the thousands who still looks for white eyes in the fog? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this descent into the mystery of Minecraft, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps me make more deep dives like this, and it ensures you won't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and stay safe in your world. You never know who is watching from the shadows.